Farak's trail of destruction makes it all the easier to follow him. Ishnu Allah, heed the voice of Eluna.
Hello and welcome to Team Liquid's strategy guide series for Amirdrassil, The Dream's Hope. I'm Aya, and today I'm presenting Telegon's breakdown of the mechanics and strategy for Heroic Gnarlroot, the first boss in the instance. Gnarlroot has a biphasic fight structure, rotating between a main active phase and passive intermission phase. After each phase cycle, the boss gains a stacking buff that causes him to deal 10% increased damage for the remainder of the encounter. In the main phase, Garden of Despair, Gnarlroot periodically causes a cross of swirlies centered on his location that upon resolution deal damage to anyone within the ground effects and spawn lasher adds. On Heroic, these adds begin dormant and must be activated with a mechanic called Controlled Burn, which displays a targeting circle centered on several players, exploding and dropping aerial denial called Shadow Scorched Earth 6 seconds following application. This aerial denial awakens any dormant lashers hit and will disappear at the beginning of the intermission, so you shouldn't be overly concerned with the reduction in play space. You will want to awaken dormant lashers with each cast of Controlled Burn to minimize the amount of adds you must fight during the intermission, as any lashers still dormant when the intermission begins will become active. Whenever a lasher awakens, it deals a small amount of damage to the raid. However, if no lashers are dealt with before the intermission begins, these stacked hits could easily become deadly. As a result, we will spend most of Phase 1 planning an efficient way to assign players targeted by Controlled Burn to activate and deal with dormant lashers before the intermission while dealing with the boss's other mechanics. The lashers themselves target random players and apply a stacking bleed and 10% damage taken vulnerability called Shadow Spines. This can be removed by any abilities that remove bleeds, such as Cauterizing Flame, Blessing of Protection, Stone Form, and immunities should they happen to be available to you. The boss has a very crafty frontal mechanic called Shadow Flame Cleave. For a first boss, this frontal resolves extremely quickly. You will want to make sure you have an emphasized notification for this mechanic through either weak auras or bigwigs, as well as positioning in such a way that you'll always be able to avoid it. Especially if you're playing a ranged character. In this phase, tanks deal with a mechanic called Dreadfire Barrage. The boss shoots 5 missiles at the active threat target, dealing combined physical and magic damage that debuffs the player with a stacking 24% Shadow Flame damage vulnerability. At current damage levels, simply swap tanks for each cast of Dreadfire Barrage, aligning a defensive CD with each cast. When the boss reaches 100 energy, the intermission phase called Agonizing Growth will begin as the boss casts Potent Fertilization. This ability creates a puddle of death beneath the boss to prevent you from moving through his model while spawning a cross of doom roots centered on his location and activating any remaining dormant lashers on Heroic. During this phase, the boss deals pulsing damage while channeling in the center of the room. At this point, 4 splintering charcoal circular soaks will spawn with 1 between each doom root. Soaking this debuff will give you 5 stacks of the Ember Charred debuff. The debuff applies at 5 stacks, and touching a doom root segment with your character model will set the root on fire and remove a stack. If you do not remove all 5 stacks before the debuff would fall off, it will refresh to 5 stacks. Once all the doom root segments are set on fire, the boss will
Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Gnarlroot fight in Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. This is the first boss of the raid, nice and clear with a bit of a tree burning theme. I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Gnarlroot fight in Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. This is the first boss of the raid, nice and clear with a bit of a tree burning theme. In Phase 1, the boss uses Dreadfire Barrage on his tank. That does both physical and spell damage, mitigate the hit, and swap after it's done. Tortured Scream is just a little raid damage, no worries. Flaming Pestilence summons adds. Keep those rounded up and rinsed down. Shadow Flame Cleave is a frontal cone to avoid. Control to Burn marks a few players to drop big pools. Run those away from the raid. In Phase 2, the boss stops taking damage, spawns some big roots, and pulses raid damage. Do not run under the boss here. It is sticky and will hurt you. If you happen to see these rings, spread out with them. In Phase 2, the goal is to touch all of those roots to burn them. When the last root burns, the boss becomes vulnerable and takes lots of extra damage for 20 seconds, making this a burn phase. Save your juicy damage for that. On normal, that's it. In Phase 1, the boss uses Dreadfire Barrage on his tank. That does both physical and spell damage, mitigate the hit, and swap after it's done. Tortured Scream is just run those away from the raid. In Phase 2, the boss stops taking damage, spawns some big roots, and pulses raid damage. Do not run under the boss here. It is sticky and will hurt you. If you happen to see these rings, spread out with them. In Phase 2, the goal is to touch all of those roots to burn them. When the last root burns, the boss becomes vulnerable and takes lots of extra damage for 20 seconds, making this a burn phase. Save your juicy damage for that. On normal, that's it. On heroic, things get a little fancier. The Lasher adds will spawn dormant, and we need to hatch them to deal with them. If you don't, they'll sprout all at once in Phase 2 and ruin your life. To wake the Lashers, you drop the giant controlled burn puddles onto them. Run those over the Lashers, kill the adds as you activate them, and have fun avoiding the mess on the floor. In Heroic Phase 2, instead of just touching roots to burn them, you need to stand in these soaks first to get this debuff, and then go touch the roots. Spread out to catch all of the soaks and clean up the roots quickly. And that's Gnarlroot. Thanks for watching, I've got more raid guides if you want them, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.
And now, we eat cookie. Yeah.
Heroic, things get a little fancier. The Lasher ads will spawn dormant, and we need to hatch them to deal with them. If you don't, they'll sprout all at once in phase.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and
AOE incoming.
destruction takes root.
Force. Shockwave. AOE incoming. Force. Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Force.
The dark goddess must be.
Shockwave.
The pain.
AOE incoming.
Shadow and flame take root. Roots scorch the earth. More will grow.
AOE incoming.
All life turns to
Force. Shockwave. AOE incoming.
soil with wrath. Destruction takes root.
Force. Shockwave.
Its screams were beginning to bore me. I need to get closer.
I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Agira the Cruel fight in Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. Vicious Swing is our tank mechanic. It stacks a bleed on the primary tank and also does damage to the next closest target, so the two tanks must stay stacked together. Swap at 8-ish stacks or whenever the bleed gets concerning. Blistering Spear pins a few people with spears. Kill the spears to free the victim. There's a puddle under the spear as long as it's up, so don't stack these tight, but also don't run it super far away. You need people to help kill your spear. Twisting Blade looks like this. Watch where it's going and dodge. Now and then she picks up a weapon which gives her a new ability. There are 3 weapon options, and we choose which one she gets by stacking on top of it during Marked for Torment. Stack in the ring to soak it, dodge the fire, and then do the corresponding mechanic. You must pick a weapon, you cannot repeat a weapon choice, and you gotta kill her before she runs out of options. I don't make the rules. Luckily, when she picks up a new weapon, she discards the old one, so you're only gonna have to deal with one of these mechanics at a time. Soaking the Axe, which was this one on the left, gives her Umbral Destruction. This is a big group soak. She does it twice, and you can only soak one, so put half the raid in first, and then the other half in second. Soaking the Sword in the middle gives her jumps. She leaps twice to what seems to be the second farthest player with a big impact zone. Dodge that. Soaking the Dagger on the right gives Heartstopper, which puts out a bunch of 15-second healing absorbs on players. Those do an AoE when removed, so spread out and then heal those off. If you do not heal it in time, the target's heart explodes and probably wipes you, so roll healing cooldowns if you need to. On normal, that's it. On heroic, we have a few upgrades. Soaking the ring that picks a weapon will now make you vulnerable to doing it again for the rest of the fight. You might need to assign small groups to each weapon choice if that's killing people. The sword jumps radiate lines of fire to dodge on heroic, avoid that. Healing off the absorb from the dagger will now also send out orbs to dodge. Spreading out will make it easier to watch out for those. And that's Agira. Thanks for watching. I've got more raid guides if you want them, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your aspects will not save you.
Taunt boss. Watch your step. Spear.
Nourishes me.
Target you. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss.
Your torment begins. A realm of suffering awaits.
Taunt boss. Spear.
Blistering skewer.
Target you. Taunt boss. Special coming.
Hey,
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss.
hey, nourishes me.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Special coming.
On your screen.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step.
Hey, nourishes me.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Spear. Target you. Taunt boss.
Your torment begins. Revel in despair.
Taunt boss.
Hey, nourishes me.
Taunt boss.
Give in
Target
to
you.
agony.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Spear.
Nourishes me.
Target you. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Target you.
Agony.
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Spear. Target you. Taunt boss. Taunt boss.
I forge ruin! Revel in despair!
Taunt boss. Spear.
Blistering skewer!
Target you. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss.
Nourishes me!
Taunt boss. Taunt boss.
Despoiled flesh!
Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Taunt boss. Spear.
Skewer!
Target you. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Watch your step.
Break!
Her screams were beginning to bore me.
The dream is besieged by flame. How is this possible?
The druids of the flame have redirected the temple's focus to the Firelands. Within this temple's sacred halls are seeds of life. With their power, we can reach Varrock and stop this madness. I have opened the dreamways for you. Tread carefully. The creatures within are not welcoming to mortals.
The Emerald Dream will serve as fuel for the Firelands!
Smolderon dares to claim this realm as his own? We will stop him.
Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Volcaroz fight in Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. We've got a spicy snake in a hot tub with no ads, so bring your best single target build. Volcaroz's melee attacks will stack up molten venom on his current tank. You need to taunt swap the boss during the cast of Cataclysmic Jaws so that it lands on the fresh tank. Serpent's Fury channels some raid damage to heal through. If you get the big circle on you like this, run it back and out of the way. When you see this ominous dark shadow, I recommend that you get out. The boss slaps his tail down from behind you, and you don't want to find out what happens if you're under it. Volcanic Discord spits out some puddles near players. Try to stand near existing lava if you can to bait those out of the way. At 100 energy, Flood of the Firelands puts out 2 big meteors that must be soaked. Split the raid in half and assign half to take left and the rest to take right. Throughout the fight, the 2 sides want to travel in opposite directions around the ring, meeting up again at the very end. Doing that puts you in range of the next pair of meteor soaks, which are really far from each other. Missing a soak or having less than 4 people in it is an automatic wipe. When the meteor lands, you'll get knocked back from the center of the circle, so position yourself on the outside edge in the direction that you want to go. On normal, that's it. On heroic, when the tail slap lands, it sends out some waves to dodge. Watch out for those. And that's Volcaros. Thanks for watching. I've got more raid guides if you want them, and have a wonderful
has a voracious appetite, but it pales in comparison to the hunger of Volcaros. And now, me eat cookie. Yeah, yeah.
We've got a spicy snake in a hot tub with no ads, so bring your best single target build. Volcaros's melee attacks will stack up molten venom on his current tank. You need to taunt swap the boss during the cast of Cataclysmic Jaws so that it lands on the fresh tank. Serpent's Fury channels some rate damage to heal through. If you get the big circle on you like this, run it back and out of the way. When you see this ominous dark shadow, I recommend that you get out. The boss slaps his tail down from behind you, and you don't want to find out what happens if you're under it. Volcanic Discord spits out some puddles near players. Try to stand near existing lava if you can to bait those out of the way. At 100 energy, Flood of the Firelands puts out 2 big meteors that must be soaked. Split the raid in half and assign half to take left and the rest to take right. Throughout the fight, the 2 sides want to travel in opposite directions around the ring, meeting up again at the very end. Doing that puts you in range of the next pair of meteor soaks, which are really far from each other. Missing a soak or having less than 4 people in it is an automatic wipe. When the meteor lands, you'll get knocked back from the center of the circle, so position yourself on the outside edge in the direction that you want to go. On normal, that's it. On heroic, when the tail slap lands, it sends out some waves to dodge. Watch out for those. And that's Volcaros. Thanks for watching. I've got more. Hi, I'm Hazel, and
now, me eat cookie. And now, me eat cookie.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Watch your step. 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 Help, sir. Watch your step. 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 Help, sir. Watch your step. Watch your step. Target you. Watch your step. Watch your step.
What have you done? Not even ash will remain when I finish with you! comes to an end. This seed will be the ember that burns the world. Bear witness to the purity of flame and be consumed.
Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Council of Dreams fight in... Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Laerdar fight in Amirdrassil on normal and Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Laerdar fight in Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. This is a two-phase fight that really commits to the whole floor is lava bit. Furious Charge is our tank mechanic. He winds up a charge at his tank that does less damage if the tank gets away from the boss. It also hurts everyone in the path and does a knockback, so back up, mitigate, and everyone else stay clear. It does leave a vulnerability, so swap the boss after the charge goes out, and take it easy until your debuff fades off. Blazing Thorns is a dangerous spiral attack. You can see it coming on the floor and watch your feet. Treant adds will spawn. Those need to be tanked, interrupted, and killed quickly. They do a little AoE when they die, so melee, be careful. Once the Trents are dead, healers can heal them back up to get them on our team. Fully healed Trents will go channel energy into the seed in the middle, which we're gonna need. Now, you may have noticed, there's a lot of fire on the floor, and most mechanics are going to add more. To keep up, a few players can click on the charged up seed to become fire extinguishers. Run around with that and clean up as much fire as you can to make space. Scorching Roots will fixate players and trail fire behind them, stay out of their way, and kill them quickly. Once dead, healers can then heal them back up to get a renewed Bramble Barrier. As you might guess, we're gonna need that. At full energy, Laerdar uses Raging Inferno and channels deadly raid damage. To survive, everyone needs to stack in the renewed Bramble Barrier. After each Inferno cast, Laerdar gets a stack of
scatter your remains across the Firelands.
Combusting Presence to roast us with raid damage and trail fire. After 3 of those Raging Infernos, or at 40% health, it's intermission time. He pulls the raid towards him while doing raid damage, and getting too close will burn ya. Fight the pull and steel yourself for phase 2. You will still get Treant adds to kill, but you can no longer heal them after. You also can no longer touch the seed. Everything else in this phase is brand new. The new tank thing is Smoldering Backdraft. It's a painful frontal cone that prevents the target tank from being healed for 18 seconds. They can, however, leech life from nearby allies, so mitigate the hit, swap after Backdraft, and then stack on a bunch of your friends to heal back up. Falling Embers need to be caught by players, get one person into each soak circle. Flash Fire puts a healing absorb on a few people that must be healed off within 8 seconds. If you don't, it's an explosion and a 10-second stun, so keep up with those. You get Fiery Tornadoes to dodge, don't get toasted by that. There's also a lot of general fire and raid damage, making it a race to the finish. On normal, that's it. On Heroic, things get even a little spicier.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Taunt boss. Absent.
Flame protects the faithful.
Run.
Everything
Taunt boss.
you.
Absent.
Flame protects the faithful. Everything burns.
Taunt boss.
Return to dust.
Absent.
Flame protects the faithful.
Find shield. Taunt boss.
Guardians protect me.
Absent. Interrupt 1. Taunt boss. Taunt boss. Absent.
Flame protects the faithful. Everything burns.
Taunt boss. Find shield.
Guardians protect me.
Interrupt 1. Interrupt 2. Taunt boss. Absent.
Protects the faithful. The inferno burns within me.
Phase 2. Absent. Taunt boss.
What is born of fire can never be extinguished.
Run out. Absent.
Our
Watch your step. Absent.
What is born of fire can never be extinguished.
Trained boss. Absent. Tuned boss. Watch your step. Run out.
What is born of fire can never
Absent. Tuned boss. Watch your step.
in fire.
He was twisted beyond redemption, but we will mourn him still. Thankfully, the seed of life remains unharmed. Take care, champions. The seed of life is volatile in mortal hands. With the power of this seed, Amirdrassil will be defended. Firok will not succeed.
The other rests within a hallowed sanctum. Retrieving it will be difficult.
How may I help? Farewell.
Champions, what lies ahead is a sacred space within the Emerald Dream. Any intruder to the dream will be attacked, no matter the purity of their intentions.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. It's a classic council fight, 3 bosses at once, and they must all die together. Urktos, our bear, is the only one that can be tanked, so feel free to drag him towards the other 2 as best as you can. Each boss has their own set of moves, complete with an ultimate ability they do at full energy. Their energy does start staggered, so you only get 1 ultimate at a time. What we need to do is direct these bosses against each other to counter those ultimates. I'm going to run through the basic moves first, and then look at the ultimates and how to cancel them. Let's start with Urktos. He's big, he's a bear, and he uses agonizing claws on his tank. Mitigate that and swap on 1 or maybe 2 stacks, whatever's comfy. Urktos will aim a barreling charge towards his tank. You can see the direction it's heading from the big arrow. You actually want lots of people to stand in front of this to reduce the big raid AoE he does at the end, so stack up in front of the charge. Airwind spawns flowers around the room, steer clear of those for now. She also chucks out nasty poisons that need to be dispelled, so spec into a poison cleanse if your class can and help out. Pip does a big wind pushback ability, watch out behind you and don't get shoved into a flower. He also polymorphs people into ducks, which is a whole thing. What to do if you're a duck? Use your quack to get a sprint and be a fast duck. Run over 3 of those flowers on the ground to clear them. After you've eaten 3 flowers, you can now use preen to stop being a duck. You could also wait 12 seconds for the duck form to expire, but that sucks because we want to clean up the floor, and 12 seconds is forever. You're busy. Next, let's look at the ultimates and how to stop them. Urktos does blind rage at 100 energy, channeling ramping raid damage. To stop this, somebody in duck form needs to exit duck mode while on top of him. Doing this turns the bear into a duck and calms him down considerably. Airwind's ultimate is Constricting Thicket, which is also stacking raid damage. To stop her, you need to hit her with Urktos' barreling charge. Urktos' tank points the charge arrow at Airwind, he crashes into her, and problem solved. Pip's ultimate is Song of the Dragon, a big damage absorb that goes on to everyone in the raid. If you still have that absorb after 12 seconds, you'll be stunned with a huge dot, so you actually want to take damage on purpose to clear off your absorb. Stand in a flower until your Dancing Lady debuff is gone, and you'll be fine. On normal, that's it. On heroic, we have a couple of upgrades. Urktos' agonizing claws becomes a frontal cone, so watch where he...
Your games make no difference, trickster. My unyielding strength will break them.
Enough bickering! Our combined efforts will expel them from the dream.
I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Nimue fight in Amirdrassil on... Hi, I'm Hazel.
I'm out of range.
And now, me eat cookie. Yeah.
I don't know how chaotic this was.
I mean, it didn't seem that bad on
Yeah, I
normal.
mean,
I'm
there's
sure it's
not
quite
that many
chaotic on higher
mechanics.
difficulties.
Yeah. Like, they're interacting mechanics, but there's not that many mechanics just flat out.
Just stay in the charge. Don't polymorph other people. It'll be fine.
Eat the blossoms, but don't eat all the blossoms. Don't polymorph bomb people.
Just do it though.
Can we get a rebuff on Druid buff?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Thank you.
1.
Remember, just keep an eye on the boss's health. We'll switch as needed. Alright, Blossom's out. Just watch where you stand. Leave at least like 2 or 3 in the center when people start turning into duck. Range, just go ahead and switch to Dryad.
Group 3, charge. Group 3.
Alright, pushback coming. Use defensive if you got him.
Alright, what are we missing?
Alright, if you have a duck, use somebody with a duck to go.
We need
drop it
to
on
bring
it.
the boss over to, Yeah, that blind rage, whoever's still a duck needs to go unduck themselves on top of it. Yeah, the bear boss.
Oh, it didn't kill us.
Well,
Maybe
That
better
was-
rise up.
So Urzog's gonna die, and the other two are nowhere near.
yep, we need to stop damage on Ursog and kill
Stop,
the others.
stop killing Urzog. Go kill the other two.
Okay, what am I getting murdered instantly from? I'm getting hit for like 1.4 million. Alright, quick wipe.
Yep. That's the first wipe of the night, so. Their official wipe at least.
Save yourselves.
I must be missing something that... Because I res took one hit for 1.3 something million and was dead.
Oh, did we interrupt the rage at all? Because if we don't interrupt it, then I think he does like 500% more damage the rest of the fight. So it may have just been him like having that buff.
Yeah, he finished his channel.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. So I don't think it was a delay. I think he just had a massive damage buff.
If you heal up these trees, they give you a big old speed boost for running back. I know everyone's
That's
passed
what
already,
they're
but
for.
I'm gonna heal it and then arrive at the same time.
I was wondering what the point of that was.
So, just a reminder, all 3 bosses do have to die at around the same time.
Within
So
15 seconds.
If you can see that one boss is like 20% health left and one boss is 90% health left, you gotta switch. Stop killing the low boss. Switch to the other one.
We also, as tanks, we will do better at keeping a boss on one of the ads. They moved and we just kind of still stood there. More worried about everything else, I guess. I didn't really move it.
Yeah, let's just kill him.
It's still recharging. I'm out of range.
would it be easier to, like wherever the bear is at, cleave off the one that is not the bear? So have the bear be the secondary target and cleave off the other one?
I mean, ideally that won't be the case because we'll have them stacked. Because the bear supposedly has significant health, more to the point where But I mean, if that ends up being the case, then so be it.
The bear was going down.
Oh yeah, the bear just
Right, we just didn't have him
annihilated.
stacked though. Like he was just by himself. So, like they said, I mean, we just have to use common sense and see which we need to switch, then switch.
Poor little Lunara had nobody on her. I don't know if
Probably
it's
have to with that.
Erwin.
On her. I had aggro on her for a while. I don't know if she has.
There's no aggro. Like
Yeah,
it-
there's.
Okay.
Only Ursoc has Ursoc.
it would show it on your bars if we don't go attack it as the tanks like to have aggro quote, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Erktos is the only one that can be tanked.
I figured. I just couldn't tell with all the shit that was going on.
Putting the feast down. Oh,
So with the ducks, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been a duck yet.
And now,
At the end of the duration, like it just falls off no matter what, even if you didn't consume blossoms, right?
After 12 seconds, yeah.
So yeah, just if you were a duck, please be aware of the bear's energy. 'Cause we need somebody to go and drop it off before he completes that channel. Ideally, as soon as it starts it.
I had pools so damn far away from me, I couldn't get to them and get back fast enough. It sucks.
That's
in
okay.
melee.
I don't
Not
think you
even with
have
speed boost duck.
No,
Gotta
you
go
do get a
fast.
back
I-
movement
It
speed,
took
but
a while. It took a while for the duck to actually happen. Then I sprinted over to him, and by the time I got back, it was too late. He had already been channeling the rage.
yeah.
5,
But
4, 3.
if anyone's stuck,
Two.
prioritize like cleansing that on Arctos. It's okay if we have a few more blossoms up. There's gonna be a lot of duck people.
remember group 1, so first then group 2.
I should have switched to fucking poison gun stuff. Forgot.
Charge group 1.
More damage on Pip. Damage on Pip.
Alright, need a duck to go splurge on Arctos. Anyone? Yeah, good job.
Target you.
More damage on Erwin.
Charge soon. Be in front of the boss if it's your time.
Yep. Group 3.
And I accidentally died on the last one.
Yep, that's good.
Push button.
Alright, vines are going to be coming out.
Charge.
Let's gotta go with her.
Charge at the line. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh shit. I was pointing it the wrong.
Why was I cursed with a fool such as you, Arctos?
Alright, next up is going to be Pip. So make sure to watch where the remaining blossoms are at. Make sure if you're duck you don't consume the nearby blossoms right now. We need those blossoms to get rid of the ability that Pip does. I didn't know healers could also be ducked. That's good to know.
Charge. Me in front of the boss.
Push back. Spread.
Too far away. I need
Take damage.
Yeah.
Alright, get ready to stand in the Blossom. You can share Blossom.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Neighbors, go get your buff off. There we go, we got everybody. Any more damage on Bear? Stop on Pit.
On Erwin.
Target you.
You got Charge!
Drop on the bear. No cleave on. Yo, Pip.
Hey!
Nice, good job, guys.
Very good job. No trinket.
It pains me to see them fall, but we must obtain the seed of
Priest
life if
mastery
we are to
legs.
succeed.
Avoiding shoulders. Nice.
Squeeze one more boss in. You got time.
Yeah. Who's next?
Nume?
Oh, right.
Nimue. Oh, pardon me.
You guys are killing me. I don't got a single damn piece.
Oh, then take that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll get most of my shit out of mythics anyway. And vaults. It's just champion gear.
Trespassers, your very presence disturbs the balance of this place. You will be destroyed.
That was a pretty fun fight.
The
Yep.
guardian of
That
the
was.
sun
I
will
like that
never
fight. That was
relent.
fun.
They will die to keep you from it.
Unfaithful, can you hear us now, by the way?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, this one's a bit of a convoluted one, right? I believe so.
It looks that way. But I think, like, the more I read it, like, it's really not that bad.
Don't step on the crack.
line.
And this is a guide to the Nimue fight in Amirdrassil on normal and heroic difficulty. You'll notice some pretty glowing lines on the floor.
And I think the
These hurt you a bit,
people that
so
are dropping
cross
up the
them
bubble
only
need
when
to drop
needed.
it off out of the way.
She
'cause
puts
I
a
think you
bomb
can't
on her
cross
tank with
once you drop
Weaver's
the
Burden.
bubble.
Swap when that goes out and run the bomb away to explode by yourself. After it goes off, the tank in question trails grass under their feet, which lets them cross lines safely on their way back. Viridian Rain and Continuum are both general raid
No, yeah,
damage,
these are
just
just
heal through it.
Pre-boss ads.
Impending Loom is a thread-shaped projectile to dodge. Cross lines if you need to avoid this. It'll stun you. Surging growth flowers spawn around the room that rot
Oh,
the
yeah,
group
they
with
can't
raid
cross the
damage.
line.
You can stand on a flower to make it go away much faster.
Yeah, that's going to
Spread
be the
out
same
and
as
park
the
one
actual
player
boss
on
fight.
each
The two
flower
bots
to
that we
keep
do
them under
fight,
control.
they also can't
At
cross
full
lines if that
energy,
happens.
Nimue will kick off an intermission by casting Full Bloom. Tanks can stand near her to get
If
grassy
we
feet,
die,
which lets them
I think
blaze
I
a
may
safe
just
path to the ads on
reincarnate
the
it.
left
Or
and
actually,
right.
can you get a soulstone on one of
Full
the
Bloom
healers?
does hurt, so maybe use a tank button. Split the raid in two and send half to each ancient. It is key that the ads do not cross any lines, so don't pull them until you get there. They gotta stay put. The ads do a frontal cone slam, sidestep that. There will also be fancy swirls of swirls to dodge. When both ads die, Nimue redraws the lines, which gives you a chance to run back safely. On normal, that's it. On heroic, there's a few new things. Weaver's Burden bombs
saying those mobs are going to be like chunkier. So follow the green path. Anything that has a little green overlay on it, that means it's kind of safe to cross across the lines.
Must be eradicated.
Okay, so as far as I know, we do want the range and the healers kind of spread out a little bit to kind of soak as many growths as we can. So all these little sections that are going to be kind of like cut off from each other, or have people spread out in between them, they're going to be little growths on the ground, just little small green circles. Just stand in them and soak them until they disappear. A lot of this is really just damage. Like, there are mechanics that you dodge, they move out, but a lot of the bulk of this is actually just raid damage that happens.
I think you just split into two groups just like we did for like the big fireworm.
Yeah. As far as I know, I think the layout of the lines that are drawn kind of changes throughout the fight. So just be aware of like where you're standing. Just don't stand on a line and you should be fine. They're going to be little threads. They're going to be like these kind of short lines that are going to go out from the boss. Just make sure you don't get hit by those as they're coming out. They don't move too fast. They should be fairly easy to dodge. Can you jump over them? I've seen like some movement abilities get over it. I don't know if just jumping works.
We can test it. Nope. Not with a normal jump.
Well, not these lines. They're going to be like, there's going to be like moving lines that are going to come out.
They're like a beam, like an arc beam of, well, this green energy. And if they hit you, then it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, some people get targeted with some shards that just, again, inflicts more damage on you for 6 seconds. Nothing too serious. We just need to make sure that the growths are getting soaked. The boss will put seeds on a target. After a little bit, that thing is going to explode, and then you get the inflorescence buff. It's going to leave these kind of like green patches that we're on that increase your movement speed. It's going to give you that. You'll be able to take the Weaver's Burden out and then use that inflorescence buff to be able to make your way back in safely. Because as long as you have the inflorescence or you're standing on it, you can safely pass through the lines without getting damaged. Did she not do the bubble mechanic on normal?
Not sure.
Yep, nope. I think Heroic just has the bubble that spawns after the seed explodes. So I think the best thing to do with the kind of targeted buff that's a bomb, let's have a Warlock gate kind of like right in front of the boss that leads out. You can take the Warlock gate if you're in melee and you get targeted. Take the Warlock gate out, let it drop, and then you can use the green path to safely go back into the boss.
Do you want it to go like left or right, or just kind of like out in the center?
Just kind of straight up, like somewhere that is a safe zone that's not like right. It's not going to drop them off on the line. Just somewhere kind of like almost anywhere should be fine, honestly.
I think that bomb only goes on the tanks.
Oh, that'd be great if it just goes on tanks.
And then that's the tank swap when they have to go out with it.
And we have to split groups too for the ads for phase 2.
Yeah. Yeah, group 1, group 2, I can just add clumps to group 1.
The bomb is it Weaver's Burden that you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the tank.
Is that just the tank only mechanic?
Yeah.
Great.
Taunt swap after Weaver's Burden's cast. Stand away from the raid until the debuff expires.
So where do y'all want the lock gate to end? Would the lock gate actually help you at all?
No, not me. I'm not going to use it. I'm a demon runner.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I've got Divine Steed as well.
Yeah,
Cool.
and they get a grass debuff so they can run over the lines and not take damage. So.
Cool. Great. Guess we don't have to worry about the lock gate. Makes that easier. When we get to 100% energy, the 2 ads that we just killed, there's going to be one that's going to spawn on each side. They need to basically remain stationary and not cross lines. Like, that's basically how we died the first time to these guys. They just need to die. You'll basically follow the people that get the inflorescence buff. That is how you will safely get to your side that you're supposed to be on.
When the split happens and we go to each side, then the tanks get a debuff, it looks like, that will spawn the green stuff under you as you walk.
Yeah.
So you just need to follow the tank and you'll be safe to cross.
So I have group 1. Group 1 will go left. Group 2 will go right. So Damon, you'll be going left. Let's do...
It's a good thing that fit into our plan we already made.
Yep. Let's just have... Oh, Scatty's dead. R.I.P. Scatty. We'll have Scatty go left, and then me and Neighbors will go right with the melee group. And I think that's it. I think after the ads die, it just goes back to same fight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a full energy is what makes phase 2, so.
Yeah. So this fight, I think, just looks a little more complicated just because there's so many visual effects going on. But I think overall it's actually maybe a lot more simple than some of the other bosses here.
The ads have a cleave, so don't be in front of them. And then obviously they're just like the ads we killed here. We can't take them through the lines, or they'll do damage to everybody.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Let's do it. We got 12 minutes.
Oh, let's get a... I'm gonna put a feast down. So yeah, range and healers just kind of try to be in some separate segments if we can.
Your feast is camouflage.
You play Civ, Daniel? Damn it. Alright,
5, 4,
unless I'm full.
3, 2, 1. You do not belong.
So we have some surging growths on the ground, like right beside you, Ty. Those need to be just stand at those until they're gone.
Watch your step.
Cannot change. The dream finds.
Taunt boss. Watch your step.
You gotta move that out or move away from the tank. I don't think distance matters.
Watch your step.
Alterations bring calamity. Tethered to destruction.
Taunt boss. Watch your step.
So I think the more growths that we have on the ground, the more damage we all take as a raid. So we need to soak as many as we can.
There's a ton over here on the right that are getting soaked.
Range, try to spread out and soak as many as you can.
You can cross with the grass now.
Okay, go to ad.
It's too far away.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
the
that's people
frontal
on
is
the wrong
just a
side.
random.
Tanks, when we're moving over, make sure you don't go too fast. Let the people kind of like catch up behind you.
So FYI for soaking the things, crossing the lines doesn't hurt that much. It's like
It does
that's
stack
fine.
though, so if you cross a
I'll do
bunch
it a
of
bunch
lines,
of times, but
yeah,
you can cross.
yeah, don't worry about like one or two.
Tethered to destruction.
Taunt boss. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Cannot change. The dream finds.
Taunt boss. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Cannot change. Tethered to destruction.
Taunt boss. Watch your step.
Pretty sure you want to move our friendly DK there. You're just standing there getting ate by those stuns every time.
Alright, switch to your side. Remember, group one goes to
I
the
don't.
left side.
I'm not getting a thing that gives me.
I think you have to stand in the explosion when it goes off when it's the intermission.
Shockwave.
Alright, follow the tank back. Almost there, guys. Keep going.
Taunt boss. Watch your step. Watch your step.
Alright, good job, guys. Easy.
That's actually really easy.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
it just visually looks more complicated than it is.
A grievous sacrifice, but one we shall not waste. Rest well, dear one. Beware.
Ooh, Hunter,
of yours.
Mage, Druid, chess
The
piece.
seed of life is volatile to handle.
Well, congrats on Faithful, I guess. Oh, wait, no, and Boom Basket. One of them.
Sweet.
Alright,
That's
5
all
minutes,
that-
one more boss, let's go.
This seed of life is one step closer to
Take us
stopping
5 minutes just to watch the bloody video.
The seeds of life are in place.
Ah, just wing it, let's
Amirdrassil
go.
awaits our defense. And Firak, my wrath.
Champions, lend your strength to hasten their growth.
What is it we have left? 3 or 2?
3. We have Smolderon, Shape Changey Boy, and then Firak.
Sorry, who? Smolderon and who?
Shape Changey Boy.
Shape Changey Boy.
Predecessor was to the Firelands alone.
Syndrel, Swift Flame, or whatever his name is.
The one that actually has you dragon flying in the fight.
Yeah.
Sorry if that's a
Oh,
spoiler.
that sounds super cool. It looks amazing. I want to try that one so much. It looks super
On Friday we shall. Don't go out there yet.
Well, that was cool.
No, it's going.
Damn.
I want to walk in the fight.
Yeah,
Yep.
do it.
Oh, it didn't hurt that much.
No, it's not that bad. It just maybe knocks you off if you're not at the right spot.
Or the right spec.
First again, boy.
Wow.
I mean, there's no trash before this guy as far as I know, so we can just like throw in a quick attempt if everyone's cool with that.
There's a soak that half the raid needs to do, and it can't be pre-assigned because people that have a circle around them can't be in the soak because they deal damage to everybody. They want to spread out a little bit. That's the only
Yes,
thing I know.
Half the raid gets the little circle, and if you don't get the little circle, you go into the boss for the soak, and then after that, it just switches. Whichever one you got, you'll get the other
We
one.
want to go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
Alright, so we're going clockwise. If we're going clockwise, people stick to the outer edge. There's going to be permanent stuff that's going to fall into the ground. We need to bait that towards the outside edge. So Tanks, if you can move them a little bit closer to the outside part for us.
Target you.
If you don't have a circle, get ready to soak.
Go in, yeah, melee.
Watch your step.
Remember, stay towards the outside edge. This arena will fill up very quickly with puddles that do not go away.
It hurts.
Special coming.
So,
Watch your step.
in about a res.
You're gonna get a knockback next.
Get ready for a knockback.
Watch your step.
Just dodge the coils as they're coming out.
Soak your orbs, you have to soak them. Everybody has their own.
Phase change.
Alright, bring it back out to the edge.
Gotta be better with our space.
Watch your step.
We gotta do way better with our spread.
Yeah, if you have the tornado or the initial explosion, get further out from people that need
Special
to.
coming. Watch your step.
Be a knockback and then
Phase
just roll.
change. Watch your step.
Cannot escape Amirdrassil's wrath!
No.
Walked in too soon. Thought it was over.
Phase change.
Use up some of this space over here a little bit.
Alright, tornadoes, get the fuck out.
Special coming.
Right under the boss for the soak.
Tanks. You also have to swap the soaks. You can't both soak.
Right. Let's come out of there. We'll get trapped in there.
Target chief.
Sick, you might have to bubble this one if you can.
Oh, I'm in it.
Oh, it's targeted on. That's right. I forgot that it's like targeted specifically on the tank.
Watch your step.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Well,
we were
we'll
really
get it
close.
next
Look at
week.
that. Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's 25% with now even really talking about it.
Yeah, we'll get it for sure. First shot next week.
Yeah.
Or
That,
next week on Friday.
that
You know what
soak
the fuck I mean.
really hurts. So that is probably where like you'll pop your individual defensives. After you take the soak, you get like an additional debuff that is a heal absorb. When that heal absorb goes away, it drops a bubble. So people with heal absorb also need to kind of go out to the outer part of the ring. Either outer part of the ring or space where that hasn't been filled up or we've already passed.
Phase change.
My purpose is to
And yeah, tanks can't double soak them.
Alrighty.
Really good night so far. Really good
Hell yeah.
first week. First night of the raid.
Alright.
Are we
See y'all
planning on
Friday?
doing any heroic if we get done with the other 3 bosses?
Absolutely, would love to.
Oh, hell yeah.
If anyone
Can I switch to a different character then?
Yeah.
Mostly, I don't want, like, the trinket, both my best in slot trinkets are off the last couple of bosses, and I don't want to get, like, some heroic to water down the loot thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want my vault to have heroic possibilities.
Yeah.
Until we get far enough. It's up to you. Like, I'm fine to do whatever, but my paladin is also more geared than this guy, so.
It's fine with me.
If anyone
Yeah.
logged, please post it.
I'll put him in a minute.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yep. Have a good night.
See ya.
Yep, night guys. Thanks for coming. Good raid.
That said someone started a log, didn't it?
I don't know. Did you like that raid, Mr. Plop?
Yeah, I thought some of the fights were fun. I think heroic is gonna make, you know, like kind of relatively face through most of it.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got a lot of stuff down for one week, first week thing.
Well, first night. We had a whole other night to go too.
Yep.
Which I have not like at all seen the Farok fight, so I don't know what that looks like.
I had to watch it since we have the representatives in the world first race.
I was a very important member. I had the most of spells on that fight. Did you see? They didn't call that out.
No. But I did see your name.
I did get a mechanic and not fuck it up.
How was it? How was the fight?
I mean, if you go do it with liquid, it's very easy.
Right.
On their 9th run of the day, so they're very practiced.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think they did 36 normal splits today, and there were 3 raid groups, so they each did 9.
Damn. So many.
Yeah, and then now they get to do heroic split.
I mean, if we did all that in one, we explain it one time and do a, without people even seeing the fight, killing it in one place, I hope that they can do it really quickly. Or make sense for them. But that was fun. I wish my trinkets weren't off the last bosses, because I want to just go sign up and do heroic right now.
Oh, yeah.
I really like one of the trinkets at least is a very rare tank trinket off of, I think that Smolderon has one, and then off the last boss, the one that dropped for liquid that I saw there, is the S tier tank trinket for Mythic Plus that you need to be in Tank Spectre role, or is primary loot for Tank Spec anyway. So that's why I was saying I really don't want to do heroic with it very bad, which kind of sucks because that's where we mostly progress.
I mean, considering how easily we kind of blew through a lot of this, we may just start doing heroic either just week 2 or week 3. A lot of the gear from normal is still very good.
Are really,
yeah.
Like if we can, I mean, we wouldn't take very much to do all of normal in one night. I mean, like 3 bosses off and really 2 1/4.
And it helps that there's like way less trash in this raid to go through.
Yeah, it does. I think we'll be able to do all of normal in a single night.
Yeah.
Starting possibly next week, or like all of normal but one boss. It shouldn't take very long.
Yeah, I think it's just going to depend on how much time the last 2 bosses take, as far as just like total fight duration and learning the last one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I don't.
We also have a decent amount of people that do a good amount of Mythic Plus. Like,
yeah.
I'm guessing even by Friday, like it wouldn't be surprising to have a few people with 5 or 10 item levels increase.
Yeah.
And by next week at least, like there will be double that have a good amount of power boost.
Yeah, because I think I've already gotten like 5 item levels just today.
Yep, I did 2 runs. I mean, I didn't do any other Mythic Plus, but I had some pieces that I'd upgraded. So I think I gave 4 item levels today, and I did 1 Mythic Plus that wasn't a 2. We also did a 2 after you left, but I don't think that counts for power. But I broke my set, and I don't know if that is worth it. But it's like 19 item levels higher on 3 of the pieces that I broke the set with, so.
Yeah, augmentation's it's weird gearing this tier. They're like, don't bother with that trinket that everyone wants.
You will never take the eye.
Whatever it's called. The new obvious.
The friendship token?
Yeah. They're like, eh.
Well, that's good. You don't need a trinket that 15 other people need.
And then pants they want us to craft. They say the legendary's good till about like 476, 480, so not to bother getting a weapon until then.
I hadn't looked at fucking logs like the entire time we were raiding. I really thought I was not doing that great on healing.
You were probably compensating a little bit for me.
Shaman's also got like some decent buffs. Like, I think a lot of people like rank us lower right now, but we got some pretty hefty buffs this go around.
We must
How did Priest feel?
I will hold the defense here.
I mean, it's nice because it's like really reactive, which I like. We don't have to like necessarily make big plans ahead of time. But I, of course, concocted this scheme last night and haven't healed on a holy priest like literally ever. So I'm just like, what did I bind that to? What am I supposed to be using? Like, it's a lot of thinking right now. But I think it's probably pretty fine normally. I don't know if I want to swap to it for Mythic Plus, but if we want a fort buff for raids, I can bring it to raids at least.
Yeah, it's nice having the option.
It's probably fine for Mythic Plus. It's just that that's a whole nother playstyle leveler too.
Oh yeah.
And I think Preservation's Evoker's better for Mythic Plus right now than Holy Priest is.
Is it time to go already?
On every single fight before we pulled the fight, our other tank was letting me know what the things did and what things to do. So that was kind of nice.
How do you like tanking with Sec?
It seemed great. Like, I think I'm the only one that made a mistake in there.
He was
on
very
one of the
prepared,
taunts.
clearly.
Yeah, like, I think he was actually looking it up just like I was. I had the ready check pull, like 1 minute guides or 2 minute guides or whatever they are. And then at the end of the guide it has a summary of everything you need to do, and I was bringing those up every time we had a fight, and I watched them, I think twice today. But just to try to refresh as I walked up then. But by the time I'd be done watching it, then I was already have a text telling me some of the things it does and what he thinks we're supposed to do. Or what he saw was seemed to be the best thing. I don't know. They all seem to work really good.
Yeah, that's good.
That was pretty nice.
I think this is the first time we've gotten to see him like actually tank a raid, because he kind of like filled in. We were doing like auxiliary stuff during
with his bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, he seemed like he's doing good, so that's nice to have.
I agree.
And we have a lot of people that are doing really good on DPS, so it seems like we're kind of solid across the board right now, which is very good.
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
The DK in that last fight, not the one we didn't kill, but he just was standing in front of the boss, so every time the lasers would come by, he would just get stunned. He would just sit there the whole time. It's like, you could just like sidestep like 3 feet when that laser's coming out and continue DPS without taking that damage or getting stunned. I mean, it wasn't stopping us from killing the boss, but I just kept watching.
Ooh, fucking flashing just wrecked on the Serpent boss. Up and on Nagara.
I didn't really get like 3 pieces to my set though week 1. That kind of sucks.
They had to nerf you a little bit.
I see that.
Isn't the catalyst open this week, or is it next week? I know it's open early. Is it open already?
Already open. But I think this time around, I think we just get 1 charge every 2 weeks.
Well, you get 1 on the first week, right? And then you get 2 every other. Or not every other, but like, so 2 weeks from now, then will be another one. Unless I'm misunderstanding with a different one. Like a different currency.
I just know that the charges accumulate every other week as far as I know. I don't know how many charges, but I think we just get them every other week now.
I kind of feel like I got one. I think they're these dream infusion things. Does anybody else know what that is?
No. I got one of those too.
Well, Dream Infusion is in your currency tab, and used to draw forth his Dreaming Essence.
I think that is. I think that's just the currency for getting like the extra mounts and pets. I don't know if it's used for anything else.
Okay, that's good.
Because there's.
I think it's just for the green, turning mounts green.
Yeah, that's okay, good. Because they look like the same thing as the Catalyst Essence.
Yeah.
And I picked a Transmog, and I came over here and looked at this, and it says I have 0, and I was like, oh shit. Did I like use my first revival catalyst like currency to buy a transmog of something. Oops. I really thought I screwed myself on it. Like, well,
Same catalyst spot?
yeah, same catalyst spot. And I have a charge right now, so I don't know if it's some quests I did or when exactly I got it, but I have a charge.
So right by the quartermaster for the new rep, that's where the dream energy vendor is. She takes your dream infusions and turns that into either a pet or a mount.
If you have a lot of pets, I guess it's more. You get more options. It's based on what you.
That's interesting. I'm going to talk to you guys later.
Yeah, good night.
They're like they give you like ghost options of pets you already own, from what I could tell.
Yeah, basically, like because there's a mammoth one, but if you didn't have the mag mammoth, I think you couldn't get it.
Yeah, there was several of them that for me were red. Said that I needed something. I kind of thought it was pets, like I needed to buy other pets in order to unlock that one. But it makes more sense what you're saying, where you have to own the original version of that, or like some other version, and then that gives you another.
Yeah, I think you'd have to go collect it wherever it is.
Yep, which makes sense. Man, I want to use this catalyst, and it's just the dumbest choice I could make. Like, don't use a catalyst when you have no tier pieces yet.
I think I've got I've got one or two champion pieces I can turn into tier.
Yeah, I have the champion hands, and they have mastery on them, which for demon hunters is, for tank demon hunters, that's terrible. You want to have as little mastery as possible, because apparently it's now haste and crit, because crit adds to parry and some other thing that it interacts with now, and so crit is tied for your #1 stat with haste. And I have mastery is how much I have the second amount of, mostly because my Beacon of Beyond gives me mastery. Both of my rings have like 1,000 or 1,000 plus mastery each. So I was really tempted to roll on that ring. I didn't know, or not necklace.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like it looks really good, but my thing says use lariat, so I guess not.
I still currently have my lariat, but I don't know if I'm still going to run lariat this season.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to run Sporkle because they nerfed that shit into the ground, so I'm just going to switch off that.
Yep.
I don't know if I should be, but I just upgraded that one. I've been wearing it.
I mean, it's got leech on it. If the stats are good for you, which I imagine, since, you know. And it's got a well-fed buff.
It's all... I mean, the stats themselves aren't great, but the well-fed mastery buff is good.
Plus, I mean, in just almost all cases, item level is just king. Like, that has a good amount of item level on it, and it's just a good option, I think.
Yeah. They're telling me for Mythic Plus, I should keep my old 4 set until I have 4 new, but for Raid I could break and go 2 and 2.
Yeah, I didn't look a lot into what it told me for if I could keep stuff or not. I
have care packages.
I have several pieces, and most of those pieces, like I have 460 hands, 460 legs, 450 shoulders, and I just switched out because that's between all of those. All of my tier pieces were 437. So that's 3 pieces that are 13 item levels each, basically, of an upgrade. So altogether, I'm looking like 42 item levels I don't know if my tier is better than that or. But
I can't wait to get rid of my old tier. I hate the Shaman Resto tier for Avarice.
Well, that's why we got to keep doing normal, and then we got to do heroic to get tier pieces in addition. That's a good reason for me to end up breaking the thing of not doing heroic on my Demon Hunter. Like, getting tier is kind of probably more important than trying to hold out for some trinket that is a very rare drop. I don't know. Maybe after I get my tier set is when I should actually be swapping characters in case. By then, though, we'll be clearing all heroic, right?
Yep. Maybe you'll also get some tier pieces out of your vault.
Yeah, probably. I usually do. And it's not like tier's hard to get by the time... 3 weeks in, you've already got 2 pieces automatically. So all you would need is a couple from the raid.
Our flight stands unified once more.
Plus we might be able to get the free tier piece for getting 2,000 in week 2. Or maybe, is it 2,500 or 2,000 again?
I don't know. I would assume maybe 2,000, but I don't know if they would change that number.
Yeah, I don't either. I just hadn't heard either way, so.
Time to go already.
Alright, cool. Well, thanks for the raid, guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
See you later.
Hey guys.